Hey there, Mateus again from Mazzo Media, trying to give you a few tips on filmmaking. Today I'm going to talk about how I haul around my gear. It's something that we really don't talk about in filmmaking, it appears, but is really important because you're carrying around valuable gear and quite often you're a one-person crew and you're trying to do your best to get by. And this right here is my workhorse of a backpack. I managed to pick this up for a steal of a deal at off Craigslist, and it cost me 60 bucks. I've never seen them that cheap ever again. I think the cheapest I've seen is like 180. These are quite often made by Lowpro, right there, and this one, as you can see, is gotten its mileage out of it. And the reason I bought it was because I really need, as I got more gear and more lenses, carrying them around in a small bag wasn't working anymore, and I needed more accessibility. So the number one thing I like about this one is the fact that I have a flap that I'm able to quickly move open and see what my gear is, and quickly know what it is that I'm looking for. So when it comes to this, I don't have anything inside because I'm currently filming with the gear, but currently this is set up. This large space here is actually for the FS100. The handle goes in here, and so it goes down quite nicely, and it's at the center where it's the safest, and it's got the most amount of padding down here where the lens is. So depending on the shoot, I won't say it's always going to be the same. It's always different. If I'm going to go shoot some B-roll and I'm just going out, I'll be able to put my lenses in here. Right now I have my Atomos Ninja here on the side compartment along with an HDMI cable. When I go out for a shoot like that, I'm not going to bring audio gear. But when I bring my audio gear, I might put my two wireless labs in here, and then any miscellaneous I have in here as well, cables and the likes. But that's like mainly where I put the meat and potatoes of what I have. I like it, it's nice and padded, and on top of that, you're able to move this stuff around. And so you're able to change the configuration so that you got padding here, and let's say you have your camera in there and something else in here, or you know, you want to be able to have a long lens and you move it around. It's just Velcro, so it's really easy to use, and gives you a lot of flexibility on how you change your chamber. This is totally, can be one open space, or it can be compartmentalized as to how you want it. I like it when my camera's in the center and the safest that it can be. Other than that, what happens is the case also has 3 different pouches inside of it. I kind of put miscellaneous in here, knickknacks. I'll put batteries on one side, like for my DSLR or for the FS100. I'll put batteries into one compartment and then spent batteries in the other compartment, so make sure that I'm not mixing them up. What you see there is a Leatherman. That's always very handy to have around, and I keep that in there. And the pouches are rather large, so I'm able to, you know, have a variable ND or something of that nature in there, and be really accessible. The last one is the fact that the top actually has zippers on the side, and so what happens is there's actually pouches in here that I'm able to keep either gray card, batteries, what's in here, 9-volt batteries, anything of that nature. This part, I would say, when you have this, is you want to keep thin stuff in there, gray card, sheets, scripts, anything of that nature, small reflector. And what's kind of weird is that it has zippers on both sides. So what happens is you're able to have this on one side, and then there's actually a zipper on the other side that's another pouch. So they're just kind of like stacked on top of each other. One goes behind and one goes on top from the other direction. So you can kind of get tripped up when you have a lot of stuff in there, but it leaves you with flat stuff to do. And of course you can attach tripods and monopods and any other gear that you have. But definitely what I like the most about this is the fact that I'm able to customize it to the shoot that I'm gonna have, and I can fit a disgustingly large amount of gear in here. I mean, just off the top, you know, I could fit a lens in here, lens in here, lens in here, plus camera with lens on it, plus my Atomos Ninja knickknacks, all my filters, my filter wallet, my batteries, and I have a lot in one area, and I'm able to keep it on my back and have quick access to it. The most dangerous thing about this whole thing is that you'll go ahead and you'll throw your flap down at a chute, and someone will go to move your gear and you don't see them. And so what they'll go to do is they'll go to pick up the strap, and when they go to open it, this thing flops open and your heart stops because all of your gear is about to puke out the top. So that's the only thing that I've ever had an issue with. I've never actually had a gear spill. I've always stopped people before it happens, but it has been definitely the only drawback of this whole setup. And even now that I'm expanding, I've actually got a second small bag. This is able to go on my backpack, on my back, so I'm able to carry that around. And then now I have, you know, one of these standard camera bags that you have. And what I've started doing is I've actually started putting just my lenses in there. And that way I know just my lenses are in here and where that'll be. I also put my 60D in the middle as my backup camera. And that way I have a backup camera with all my lenses in it, and keep that separate from some of the other gear I have in the other bag. And these will also hold beer. So they're also really handy. They're kind of insulated, but you know, that's for another kind of shoot. So these are the two bags that I hold right now with me near and dear, and will carry around all of my gear.